Hey again. Now we have nicely designed UI, have a 9 buttons like you see it in the previously. Now I want whenever a user click on any button I get event. You know there is multiple way to solve this issue. First solve to the problem, you add listener for every button have a listener in the code, which I don't prefer. Or you do one single method and all these 9 buttons could call that method. And that's what I will do. How I do that, that's mean this one, it have an event, name it on a click, okay? So when someone click on it, I say when someone click on this button, I call event, name it bu a click. You know, if I just go to the code, it will tell me, hey, you're saying bu click, but where's that button? There is no event. There is no event for that. If I click here, it maybe allow me to, they create it for you by single click, or the IDE failed to create it. If the IDE failed, like what you see, it failed to create the event for you, you know how you do that. You just go ahead and say, okay, it's fine. I say function, name it bu click, and this function have an input view, which is instance of the view class. You should wait until you see this and click enter, so make sure they import that line for you. Let's say wait a second. So you need to wait until you get that line imported. Now if you see this button, if I go to the layout bag, this button is good, it's calling bu click. I would do same thing for all the buttons. All the buttons now they call same event. Wow, this is now some issue will have because all of them they call same event. How I recognize this click, how I recognize this request is coming from that button or that button? It won't be easy, but we will see. Now, okay, I have 9 button. If you see 9 button, 1, 2, all of them they call same event. So, how that code, which is this code, will know the request is coming from button number 1 or button number 2 or button number 3. It won't be hard because every button, if you see, have an ID. This one have BU ID 1, BU ID 2, BU 3, BU 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So you just, an easiest way, you say, it's not be hard, I will define val, name it BU selected, it be whatever the view input, view as a button, okay? You now, not bundle button, okay? Because you need to get the button. So you know this view will represent the button that the user click on. So if user click on this button, the view will be bu1. So this view will be bu1. So I take that view and I convert it to a button. So I know which button the user did a click on. So to do that, I say, okay, how I would know which button? I will tell you. Let me say 2as. Just 2as is a way to display message, or you could do logging. It's up to you. Just say log dot d. Log you display logging is a good way. So you say log to d. I name it bu select. Then I want to display this one. This button. Dot. I need to get dot id because not dot d, not do debug. It tell me there is some reason you need to do string, convert it to string to get rid from this issue. So it will print it for you correctly. Because the view now it's button, and button is bu select it considered as a complete button object, and as a button object you would have multiple properties. One of the properties is ID. So one of the properties is ID. Now I just run it to see what will happen when I click on different buttons, and I just say bu select and try to filter the logout. So because logout will show me a lot of things, I don't want to see everything. I want to see only the logs have this word in it. This is a way for you to learn how to debug things. As I told you, there is multiple ways to debug. I prefer this way. So let me just search for this one in the here. The verbs, I say, hey, I need only the logs have this word. So now we should be good. The applications get loaded. So when the application complete loaded, now if I click on any button, say button ID, click this ID to 18, to 19, whatever, to 20, 21, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay? I don't want to use these IDs to the options for me to access to the every button. It's better to access to them using their object name. So I say, okay, let me here go down and define variable, name it cell ID, or the cell that user click on. You could name it cell ID. By default, the cell ID will be 0. It's the integer number. So I say when the button selected dot ID, I depend on whatever user select dot ID. I just do this is when time. So if he select r.id dot button 1, I would give that variable value is 1. Okay, which is cell ID will give it 1. That is mean if the user click on the button have a ID b1, I will give value for that variable 1. Okay, and same thing for the rest. They are 9. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So if the user click on 2, I will give that variable value 2. If the user click on 3, I will give that variable value 3. Click 4, I'll give it 4. 5, I give it 5. If you click on 6, I give it 6. Click on 7, I give it 7. Click on 8, I give it 8. Click on 9, I give it 9. Now let me add another log for BU select, but this time for the cell ID. So you would notice how the cell ID will look like. BU select cell ID. So that one BU select, this one BU select the cell ID. Make sure always to string because this function is taking only string. So now if I just rerun it again, did you see how nice my logs? Now I only say the logs that related to it has a BU click. So I make sure add the tag has whatever I'm searching for, so it will show me only what I am interested in. So now you see it will interpret any ID or any button to specific the ID. So on the code now I could know that if he click cell number 1 or cell number 2, cell number 3 or whatever. So waiting for sometimes I say got it, thank you. I don't know who's that dog for, so just bother my my recording. So here we go. Now I think everything should fine to be. So I click if I click one button, if you see he say click cell ID equal 1 and this is 18, 19, 2, 20, 3, 4, 5, 6, 5, 7. No. See, this is what the benefit of the debugging. This should be 6. This one is 7, 8, 9. So that means just this one fix this one, make it 6. So this is the main idea of debugging. So it helps you to detect the bug very, very early. So now I think we are good to go. So to start the next video to implement the code for playing the game. Thank you for watching and see you next.